Namaste, everybody. Welcome to our Asana class. This week, we're going to be practicing postures that also support, of course, our pranayama practice and going into a meditation learning soon. But before that, we will dip into some moon salutations again, as I've had some few requests. And what we will do is we'll practice basic moon salutations, and then I'll bring in some variations in order to make it more dynamic. So have your props ready for you, any support that you need, and let's begin. So let's start out sitting and cross your legs, come into a nice comfortable cross-legged position, and just go ahead and roll your inner thighs to your outer thighs and come up and sit really tall and nice and long with your back extended upwards. Roll your shoulders down and back, and let's bring the hands to the heart. Rest your thumbs against your sternum. Maybe close your eyes and just tune into your breath, tune into your body, tune into your mood, your thoughts, your emotions. And then from there, let's go ahead and bring our attention at the tip of the nostrils and inhale high up into the nasal cavity and softly exhale all the way out. Again, just taking a moment to internalize your mind, bringing yourself to the moment at hand, and bring your attention to the here and now. And let's try that again. Just inhale gently through the nostrils and exhale softly all the way out. Again, check back into your body again. Allow your sit bones to rest heavily on the surface in which they sit. And then again, reestablish that straight spine and have one more nice long breath. Inhale. Feel the expansion of the belly, and exhale as you draw your belly in. Good. Then make sure your jaw is relaxed. Your face is smooth. Your shoulders are also dropping down a little bit, but your heart is lifting towards the sky. Your shoulders are spreading and your collarbones are also spreading. Even your eyebrows are spreading. Your cheeks are spreading away from the center. And then that center column, though, is strong and steady like a mountain, lifting up to the sky. Let's chant 3 ohms together. Inhale. Om. 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 And now receive this teacher-student mantra. Sahana vavatu, sahanao bhunaktu, saha vidyam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And just allow a little space between ending the mantra and then moving into anything else. Sort of rest here for a moment, letting your breath again guide you. Good, then just rub your palms together. Let's transition a little bit. Softly and slowly. Place the hands over the eyes. And then inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands out. And then again, just rest your eyes calmly on your hands. Blinking a few times, maybe even licking your lips. Good, and then interlace the fingers, drop the palms down, raise the arms up, come into Badanguliasana. Good, and then exhale, stretch again and turn to the right. Good, and then inhale, squeeze your belly, raise the arms up, and exhale, let's turn to the other side. Good. And then just come back to center. Reach your legs out. Give them a nice little stretch and massage. And then crisscross the opposite leg in first. Good. And then bring the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale. And then inhale again, reach up. And exhale. Good. Now stretch your arms out to the side. Turn the palms up again. Bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Let's go ahead and rub, open the shoulders up a little bit. Bring your arms forward and back. And then round your chin in and then lift your chest up. Let's do that a few times. And those of you who struggle with aligning the breath with the movement, here, take this opportunity here to try it. When you round down, exhale, inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, round. Inhale when the arms go up. Exhale when the arms come down. Good, and then again. And then down. Let's go the other way. Inhale, lift. And then down. Up. And down. Up. Inhaling, exhaling down. Up. And down. Up. And down. One more. Up. And then down. Good. Keep the fingertips to the shoulders. And now from here, we're going to scoop and we're going to go forward and back, side to side. Twisting. 1 and 2. 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 Good. And then just release the arms up. And then release the hands to the heart again. Good. Let's stretch the legs out again. And then now from here, bend the knees and come up to a standing position. You can take whatever you were sitting on to the side. Good. So go ahead and come into our standing Tadasana. Feet together, spread the toes apart, wrap the shoulders down and back. Good. Breathe here. Relax the ankle joints. And then the knees. And then your hips. Shoulders. Elbows. And the wrists. Good. Let's reach the arms up now on the inhale. Interlace. Padanguli again. Now in a standing position. And then now stretch to your right. Come to the lateral extension. And then come up. And then stretch to your left. Squeeze your legs together. Good. And then inhale, reach up. And then exhale, let's release down. And then again, inhale, interlace fingers opposite clasp, reach up. And then turn to your right. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press up through both elbows. And now look up at your hands. Good. And then exhale, come to center. Inhale again, press to the ceiling. And let's turn to the left. Press down on the big toe side of your feet. Lift and scale the whole trunk up. Maybe lift your head up, look up. Good. And then exhale, let's come back to center. And then from here, let's reach the arms out to the side. And now go ahead and fold all the way down. You can separate your feet hip distance. Take your feet about as wide as you need to fold all the way forward and down. First forward bend, maybe a little tight. So bend the knees, take a few moments. Good. You can swing side to side a little bit. Notice the quality of your breath. Maybe your breath changes as you come down, right? So your blood pressure is changing as you move. So the energy when we first start our practice can be kind of heavy and sluggish. So just know that will pass. And sometimes that's the force that makes us resist going into movement or doing anything active, right? It's the heavy sluggishness. But know that it'll pass as you start to move. Good. And then from here, everybody, let's go ahead and bring the hands behind the waist, behind the back, interlace the fingers, stretch the arms overhead, and then maybe look through your legs. Settle into that exhale, that breath.
Good. And then release the arms all the way down. Hang down like a rag doll. And then from here, bend the knees, just roll up. And then come all the way to standing. Now bring the feet to the front of the mat, and we're just going to start out with a few sun salutations before we get to the moon salutations, and we'll do some variations with this. Okay, so start out with the feet together or hip distance apart. And from here, we're going to inhale, raise the arms up, reach up and back. And then exhale, fold forward, bring the hands to the floor and fold down. Now just take a nice long step back with your right foot, bring your right knee to the floor, look up for a second at your third eye, and then exhale. Now lift the back knee off the floor, come into a high lunge, keeping your right hand down, turn your left arm up and twist. Have your right arm underneath your right shoulder. It can be a little bit closer to the left big toe, and then you can really turn. Good, and then from there, let's release the left hand down, and now step back to a plank position, press the floor away. Good, so let's build a little strength. We're gonna reach the right leg up, and then release it down, and left leg comes up. And then switch, right leg up, down, left leg up. Good, and then down. Bring the knees to the floor now, scoop the chest all the way down. Keep the hips lifted for a moment, and then press forward. Come into low cobra first. Good, now from here, squeeze the legs and the muscles of the legs, and bring your arms forward. Come into a full prayer. And then bring the hands back beside you, and then press the arms straight. Lift up into upward dog or cobra pose, and come into downward dog. Good, then bend both knees, come high into your toes. Take your right foot to the right thumb. Bring your back knee to the floor. Look up at the space between the eyebrows. Good. Curl your back foot. Lift your back knee up, and now twist. Turn the hands up, the right hand to the sky. Breathe. Remember, the breath is through the nose, if you can manage that. And then exhale, let's release the right hand down. Good, and then from here, we're just gonna take a light little step up and bring the left foot next to the right, and then fold. And then inhale, let's scoop the arms forward and up. Arch back if that's okay in your lower back. And then bring your arms all the way to the side and then come to a prayer pose. Good, let's do that one more time on the left side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, come down. Step your left leg back. Bring the back knee down. Open the hips, look up. And then lift your back knee up, everybody. Twist again. Left arm down, right arm up. Maribita. Firm that back knee up. Good, and then exhale, let's release. Placing the palms down, go ahead and step the right leg back, come into plank position. Good, let's just hold plank for a minute. Not really a literal minute, but just a little bit of time. You can bring your hips down, look forward a little bit. Good, now bring the knees to the floor, chest to the floor. And then come forward, bring the arms forward. And then back. Inhale, straighten the elbows. And let's go ahead and press up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right away, step your left foot to your left thumb. And then bring the right knee to the floor. Look up. And then lift the back knee up. Turn the left arm up, twist. Come to that nasal breath. And again, you can now begin to start moving into the Ujjayi pranayama, creating that little bit of that hissing sound on the exhale. Let's release the left hand to the floor. And then kind of like you're just gonna be running the 100-meter dash, you're just gonna step the right foot up and then fold down. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Arch back. And then exhale, sweep your arms to the side. Bring the hands to the heart. Good, and have one breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good, so let's go ahead and get our blocks. And we're gonna now move into the moon salutations. You may want to use the block. You may not, but have it handy just in case. So we'll start at the middle of the mat. And I have two mats here in a T. Good. So let's go ahead and start out in the mountain pose. Feet together. We're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And we're going to go ahead and grab the right wrist and we're going to lean to the left. So the moon is connected to the left channel, the left nostril. This is the channel that cools, and it's connected to the right brain. So it's a little less linear in its pathway. So we're going to come up, and then from here, bring your hands out to the side, come into an L, like a cactus position, open the legs out, and come into the Devi pose, goddess pose, opening up the hips. Let's go ahead and pump a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Bring the arms up now. Exhale, down, up, down, up, down, and up, and then come down. Good. And then come up and turn your right toes in, turn your left leg out, come into triangle pose. Good. Lean and stretch. And if you'd like to use your block, you can use your block. You can place the hand also on the ankle or the thigh. Turn, lean back. Good. Then inhale, let's rise up. And then exhale, come back into triangle pose. Repeat. Reaching, reaching. Good. And then now inhale, come up. Let's turn now. Turn towards the left leg. Step your back foot in a little bit. Align the heels. You can reach the hands back behind you. Come into the prayer pose. Or you can bring the hands to the waist. Inhale, lift the chest. Look up. And then exhale. We're going to fold over this left leg. Extend, breathe. Good. Press with the back heel, everybody. Let's rise up. Let's reach the arms all the way up. Good. And then exhale from here. You're going to step back and you're going to release the back knee to the floor. You're going to come into Anjanasana. Anjanasana. Good. And then exhale. Let's release the hands to the floor. And from here, we're going to now turn to the right. Come to Pasariddha Padottanasana. Look up and then exhale. Fold down. Walk your hands back. Stretch the inner groins. And breathe. And then from there, everybody look forward on the inhale, walk your hands forward. And now this time we're just gonna bend the left knee and let's come into a side squat. Stretch the whole right inner thigh. And also you can stretch the left inner thigh. You can sit back in a low lunge. You can also come into a modified lunge where you're supporting the position with the hands. Good, and then from there, everybody inhale, come forward. Let's go to the other side. Good, squat down. And then come back to center again, using the hands or not, just depending on the strength of the hips. And let's look forward again, look up, exhale, fold down again. Let's go ahead and see how open we are now. And then walk your hands forward, look forward. Now jump your feet about hip distance and come and squat. Come into Malasana. Good. This sequence is really good to open the hips up for our breathing practices seated, as well as for meditation practices that are seated. Let's release the hands forward and let's open the legs out again, look up and exhale, fold again. And then inhale, look forward, everybody. Let's turn now towards the right leg. And we're gonna just bring that left knee to the floor. You're gonna come into a nice low lunge and come up with Anjaneyam. Bring the hands all the way up and look up. And then exhale, release the hands to the floor.
And now go ahead and take a little step in with that left foot and then align the heel. Bring your hands to the waist, come up. And we're back in Paschimottanasana. Your hands can be at your waist, or you can reach the hands all the way back. Look up, and then let's go ahead and come all the way down and forward and fold. Good, and press through each foot, come up again, release the arms, bring the arms all the way up, and then exhale to the side. Now take a wider step, left foot goes back, right foot out, bring the arms out to the side. Let's come back into our Utthita Trikonasana and extend over that right leg. And again, you can bring your block here, place it on the outside of the right ankle. And then let's come up again, inhale, reframe the pose, and then exhale, reach. And you can be here as well if this is the extension that you're in today. The body's different every day. Good, breathe. And let's go ahead and inhale, come up, turn that right foot in, bring the arms to the cactus position. And again, come back into the baby pose. Come up again, exhale, inhale up, and exhale. Inhale again, exhale. Good, and then come up. And then heel toe your feet together. Grab your left wrist, stretch to the right. Squeeze the legs together. Smooth out your breath. And then return back to an elevated position. Reach up and exhale. Bring the arms all the way to the side. Good. Go ahead and pause for a breath. And let's go ahead and repeat now with variations. Inhale. And exhale. You may already feel that your mood is changing, that your breath is changing just from the short just so far. Let's inhale, reach up. Good, grab your right wrist, exhale, stretch to your left. Inhale, come up, step to the side, come into the baby pose. Inhale, come up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale. And then reach, and then descend. Good, come up and then turn to the left. Let's prepare for triangle pose. You can be as narrow, as wide as you feel comfortable. Reach down, look up. Turn your right hand back, reach back maybe, and go ahead and bind if that's okay. And then inhale, take your right arm up, everybody, and then come up. Let's spin to the left, step your back foot in, look up, maybe come to Paschimottanasana or hands to the waist, exhale, let's fold all the way down. Squeeze your outer hips together and press your feet flat down and apart. Good, then from here, we're gonna look up and you're just gonna take a little step forward and bring that right leg up and back and come into warrior three balance. Your hands can be on the floor or on a structure. You can also have the hands in prayer pose. Good, then from there, step all the way back. Bring your right knee to the floor. Release the hands if you're in the bind and bring the arms up into Anjaneya. Good, and then exhale, bring the hands on the inside of the left knee. Let's come down, come into lizard lunge. Breathe here. Let's go ahead and come up. And then from there, heel toe this left foot over towards the right and drop your left knee down. Come to pigeon press. Lift the chest, look up, lengthen, and then exhale. Let's come and fold down. Stretch the outer left hip.
Release your head down, breathe. You can rest the forehead on the forearms. And on the next breath, let's inhale, let's rise up. Bring the hands to the outside of the hips, lift the chest, and now curl your back foot, lift your back knee up, push with the hands, and bring that left foot back into that unline. Come back into the Anjaneya with the arms down. Look up. Good. And then exhale, we're going to turn to the right. Come to that wide-legged forward stretch, look forward, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, let's look up, walk the hands forward, and bend the left knee again. Come into that nice long side stretch. And then exhale, switch. Come to the other side. And then inhale, come back, center, look up, exhale, fold again. Good. Inhale, walk the hands forward. And again, press the hands to the floor. And if you can, jump the feet hip distance. Otherwise, step them together. Come back down into the squat. Bring the hands to the heart, look up. And then exhale, let's go ahead and walk the hands forward and fold. Next breath, look up. And now we're going to bring the hips all the way down to the floor. Grab hold of your ankles, but slide your soles of the feet together. Place the hands behind you and scoop forward a little bit. Good. Rest the knees apart. Hold on to the big toe with the first two fingers of each hand. Look up. And then exhale. Use your elbows to press down the inner thighs and bring the knees a little bit closer towards the ground. Come up again. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Extend. And then again. Inhale. Come up. Exhale. Let's go ahead and extend. Good. Really kind of gripping the elbows in gently, of course, not forcing, but letting that pressure of the elbows onto the inner groins help the inner thighs relax down to the earth. And then come to the Ujjayi breath. Press the soles of the feet together, especially the heels, and exhale. Good. And let's go ahead and inhale and come up. Bring your hands to the outside of the knees. Feel that nice stretch, breathing release. Take the feet apart again. If you can, bring your hands to the inside of the knees, and you're going to lift up. If you need to use your hands to do so, please do. Don't worry about that. Look up, hands to the heart. Good. Exhale, bring your hands down. Fold all the way down. And then maybe if your hands are touching the floor, especially with the knees bent, that's fine. Go ahead and either jump or step your feet apart again. Look up, and then exhale. Let's fold down again. Let's see how that feels now. From here, bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, stretch the arms overhead. Press the inner thighs apart towards the outer thighs. Good. And then from there, everybody look forward. And if you can, come all the way up. And then release the arms to the side. And now let's go ahead and just turn to the right. Turn your right leg out. Bring your hands all the way to the floor. And come into that low lunge again. Anjanasana. And then from there, inhale. Good. And then exhale. Heel toe that right foot out. And we're going to come down into the lizard lunge. Bend down and relax. Inhaling and coming to that Ujjayi pranayama. Good. Next breath, let's inhale and come up. And now prepare for the pigeon press on this side. So walk the right foot over towards the left, and it can go towards the left hip bone as well. And then bring your right knee down. Press your chest up. And then exhale, we're going to release down. Come to the reclining pigeon. Crisscross your forearms, maybe rest your forehead on your forearms. On the next inhale, let's go ahead and begin to lift the head. Use the hands and the arms to press ourselves up. Look forward, lift. And then using the hands to press down, you can also use your block underneath your hands. You're gonna curl your back foot, lift the back knee, and then walk the right foot back in line with the right sit bone and bring the left knee to the floor. You're back into Anjaneyas. This time we're gonna raise the arms up, come up into the full pose. Good, and then exhale, let's release the hands down. And now scoop your back foot in, straighten out your right leg, align the heels in one line. Bring the hands to the waist, and we're gonna come up. Okay, so reposition the feet that are comfortable for you. Inhale, maybe reach the arms back, come into the reverse prayer. Look up. And then exhale, fold down. If you're not taking the reverse prayer, no worries. Hands can be at the waist, and you can fold nicely down. And then inhale here, and exhale. Now from here, let's look forward. Bring the head, neck, and trunk up a little bit. And you're going to slowly pitch forward, come into warrior 3 on this side now. Start to balance. Good, and take a giant step back again and release the back knee to the floor. Come back into Anjaneya. Good, and then exhale, let's release the hands down and then step all the way up. Windmill the left arm back, right arm forward. Open your legs maybe a little wider. Inhale, exhale, coming down into Trikonasana again. Maybe turn the left palm back and then reach back. Maybe take a little bit of a grip, a bind. Good, then reach the left arm up and then inhale, everybody rise up. Stretch the limbs out to the side, turn those right toes in, left foot in. Let's bend the knees, bend the elbows, come into Devi pose again. And then reach up, stretch, squeeze the legs, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, maybe come down a little bit deeper. Inhale up and exhale. Good, press all the way up. Go ahead and you're gonna hold your left wrist. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale, exhale, stretch over towards the right side. And then inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, release the arms down. Good, smooth out your breath. And one more cycle. This time we'll go adding in a few more of our standard postures to make this flow a complete variation. So inhale, reach up, grab your right wrist, exhale towards your left, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale up, exhale, come to the goddess pose, Devi Asana. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, and then exhale. Good, a couple more times. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale up, and exhale. Good, let's press up. And now we're gonna open up to Utthita Trikonasana. Again, triangle pose again. Feel that openness and that stretch. Good, from here, we're gonna come into balance. Come into Ardha Chandrasana. You can place the right hand on the hip, or you can keep the right arm up, look down. You can grab a hold of your block, or not. Step the right foot in, start to step forward, lean into the top of the head, and come in balance. Flex the top foot and straighten the left leg as the last part of the pose. Stay calm. Good, let's look down at that left big toe and take a nice step all the way back. Come back into triangle pose. Good, and then inhale, come up. And now turn
like we did before, but this time, as you step the back foot in, reach the left arm, right arm forward, left arm back, and twist. Paririta, you can use your block again, inside or outside of the foot. Good, then from here, let's go ahead and inhale, everybody, windmill your right arm up. Come up again, like into a triangle pose, but bring the right hand forward. And then this time, just like a teapot, you're gonna lean forward and then bring the hands to the floor, lift the right leg up. Onto a split. Good, and then exhale, step all the way back. Bring the right knee to the floor, come up into Anjaneya, reach the arms up. And then exhale, release the hands into prayer position. Turn towards your left. Bring the hands to the heart. Right elbow outside the left knee. Good, squeeze your hips together. Inhale, come back up into Anjaneya. And then exhale, bring the hands to the inside of the left knee. Heel to the left foot wide. And come into lizard lunge again. Breathe and smooth it out. You can also, of course, have the blocks underneath your forearms. If you don't have blocks and you're just using your hands, you can be here. Good, and from here, everybody inhale, come up. Now bring the left hand outside the left foot and heel toe your left foot to the right. Drop your left knee down. We're back into pigeon again. Turn and look at the back leg, make sure it's centered through the mat. And now bring your right hip forward, the hands back. You can sit on something under that left hip, that helps. Look up. Good, and then exhale, squeeze your belly. Let's bring the forehead down onto the forearms. Breathe here naturally. Good, on the last third of the last breath, inhale, come up. And now this time, lean to your left. Bring your left foot, your left heel close to your right hip, and then you're gonna sweep your right arm all the way around, your right leg all the way around, and bring the foot to the outside of the left knee. Good, and come into Ardha Matsendrasana. And now from here, we're gonna inhale, reach the right arm up and back. Bring the right hand behind you, lift the left arm up, and then exhale, let's hook. Turn and turn and turn. You can hold the front of the knee. You can hold also towards the outside of the knee. One more breath. Let's go ahead and release now. And we're going to go back. We're going to sweep that right leg back behind us. And we're going to come back into pigeon press. We're not going to stay long. Now we're going to curl the back foot. Use your hands to press back. Realign the left foot in line with that left hip. And then from there, we're going to now come up, turn that back heel to the floor. Bring your left elbow to the left knee, reach the right arm up, and come into Utthita Parshva Konasana. If you'd like, you can bring the left hand down to the floor, inside or outside of the knee. Good, and from here, we're gonna reach that right arm down, turn to the center, look up, parallel your feet, and exhale, let's fold all the way down. Inhale, everybody, watch the hands forward, look up. And then exhale, let's bend that left knee and come into a nice side lunge. Now bring your hips to the floor. Keep your elbow on the inside of the left knee. Good, and turn to your right. So we're gonna come to Marichasana 1. Good, and then exhale, let's release, bring the right hand forward, come forward a little bit, kind of lift yourself up.
And then let's go to the other side. Squeeze all the way down to the right. Then that right knee. Come into that low lunge. And then go ahead and release the hips, dip back and come into Marchasana 1. Keeping the right elbow on the inside of the knee. Turn towards your left. Keep the open palm. Right hand, look up. Bring your lower back forward. Good. And then exhale, let's go, let's release. Let's come back through, come back to center, look up, exhale, fold down. Bring the hands behind the back again, interlace the fingers, bring the arms overhead. Now inhale, come all the way up, look up. And let's turn to the left leg, exhale, fold over the left leg. Bring the arms over. And then inhale, press through the heels, lead with the chest. And then turn towards your right leg. And then exhale, let's fold. And then inhale, come up, look up. Good, exhale, fold down again. And now release the hands down onto the floor. Look up, everybody. And then again, jump your feet at distance and come down into a squat. Bring the hands to the heart. Good, and then exhale, let's release the hips down again. This time, grab your big toes, if you can. You can also hold the ankles. And then inhale, let's rock back. We're gonna balance on the tailbone and let's bring the heels up. So from the side, and the heels up. Good, just balance. If you wanna play, you can go ahead and extend the legs up and maybe open the legs into a little V position. Good, and from there, everybody, let's go ahead and now take the knees apart, bring the soles of the feet together, and wiggle your butt back a little bit. Come back into Baddha Konasana. This time, hold the pinky toe side of the feet. Scoop the toes up towards your chest. Look up. Good, and now exhale. Again, bring those elbows into those inner thighs. If you'd like, you can release the hands to the inner knees and press down a little bit with the weight of the hands. Good, fold down and breathe. Good, and then go ahead and inhale, come up. Let's close the knees together. Let's come back again how we came down. Bring the feet apart, arms forward. Inhale, come into Malasana again. Inhale, exhale. Good, now from here, press all the way up. Come up standing, reach up, and then come into Devi pose again. Inhale up, exhale. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Good, now just turn towards your right. Bring your hands down. Come into a low lunge. The back knee to the floor. Look up. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Come up into Anjaneya. Squeeze back. And then exhale, bring your hands all the way on the inside of that right foot. Look up. Heel toe your right foot wide. Exhale, come on your forearms. Come down into the lizard position. Inhale. And exhale. Next breath, we're going to come up. Inhale. Heel toe the right foot to the left. Look up. And then exhale, drop the right knee to the side. Find what's comfortable for you. You can be in an L position. You can also be in like in a little angle. This is actually more comfortable on my knee than the angle. So that's why I'm demonstrating today. So look up now. And then exhale, let's fold. Bring the forehead to the forearms, relax down, and keep pressing your weight towards the left hip. Breathing 1, 2, and 3. On the next breath, let's inhale. We're going to come up. Use your hands to press you up. Curl your back foot. Lift your back leg up. Then press and heel toe your right foot over to the right, and then come back down into that nice lunge. Now from here, we're going to step forward. We're going to sweep our left foot up, and we're going to cross it over. Come sit, and take your left ankle around your right knee. So it came into a little different this time, this side. Sweep your left arm back, reach your right arm up, exhale. Let's go ahead and hook and turn. Come to Ardha Matsyendrasana. Half Lord of the Fishes pose. So you can turn and lift your trunk as you turn inside your column, spinal column. Okay, one more breath. And then from there, let's go ahead and gently release. We're going to sweep the left leg back, and we're going to return back into that pigeon press. Look up, and then come down, release, and fold one more time down. Just 2 short breaths here. Good, now let's inhale, come up, bring the hands to the outside of the feet, and outside of the knee, and then come back into that nice low lunge, look up. And now from here, curl your back foot, and you're gonna lift the back knee up. Turn your toes so they're about 45 degrees angle out, the heel comes down. And now you're gonna align the front ankle with the back arch, bring your right elbow to the right knee, and then sweep your left arm back and up and around, and come into the side angle pose. Partial Konasana. Really press to the outer left heel so that the inner thigh lifts. Reach. You can also place the right hand down a little further. Good. And then from there, let's go ahead and release all the way up. And step your back foot in. Turn towards the right leg. Reach the left arm forward, right arm back, and come into the twisted variation. Reach up. Good, then from there, look down, bring your right hand down, step back again. Lat back knee comes down, inhale, ring the arms up, exhale, bring the hands to the heart and twist towards your right. Advaita Parashva Konasana. Good, now look down at your right big toe, everybody. Bring your hands to the floor. Lift your back knee up, turn your left heel to the floor. Windmill the left arm up. Readjust your feet a little bit so that the right heel is in line with the back arch. Inhale and exhale. Let's reach out into Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Good, look down at your big toe. We're gonna step up for the balance position, placing the right hand on a block or on the floor. You can keep your left arm up as well, or at the left hip, look down, lift your back heel up, slowly step up, and then bring that left leg up. And when you're ready, you can take the left arm up. Feel the pose, move into the experience of the pose. I can give you a lot of instruction about the alignment, but also find the alignment that feels comfortable for you. If you're cramping in that right hip, bend the right knee a little bit. Good, let's take a giant step back. Return back into your triangle pose. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn the right toes in. Good, bring the arms back into the Devi pose. Turn your toes out. Squat and flush it through. Inhaling up, exhale down. Inhale up, And then exhale, let's come down. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, come down. Good. Stretch up. Bring the feet together. Grab hold of the left wrist. And like a column of light, just bend towards the right. And then inhale, come up. And exhale, release the arms down. So just pause here, have a nice breath. Good, so to come down, we're gonna interlace the fingers, turn the palms up. I'm gonna show you from the side. We're gonna inhale and exhale and slowly just bend the knees. Come to a toe stand and then bring your knees forward on the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up. Good, if you can, hold the arms as they are and then exhale, bring the knees up, sit back and stretch the legs forward. Good, reach up. And then from here, exhale, fold and hold on to the feet. You can use your belt and you can modify any way you need to by bending the knees, spreading the legs a little further apart. If you can, hold on to the pinky toe side of the feet, look up, and then exhale, fold. Good, inhale, let's look up, everybody. And go ahead and interlace your fingers, bring the palms up. And then exhale, let's release the hands behind the back, lean back, bend your knees. Place the ankles under the knees, and then inhale, lift the hips up, come to tabletop. Good, and exhale, release the hips down. And then again, inhale, press up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then exhale, let's come down. Let's stretch the legs back forward. Come into Dandasana, so the arms come all the way to the sides of the hips. You're gonna wrap your shoulders down and back, press the heels of the hands down. Spread your toes. Okay, then from here, inhale, just reach your arms all the way up. And let's hold the pose for a second. Strengthening the back. Look up at your hands if that's okay on your neck. Interlace the fingers now, turn the palms to the ceiling. Bring your chin down now. Stretch and lift. Bring your rib cage in as much as you can. Okay, one more breath. And exhale, let's release the arms all the way down. Good, now take your legs as wide as you can. If you have center splits, don't go that wide, but come into a nice V. Roll your inner thighs to your outer thighs. Good, and still working with poses to keep our lower body open and comfortable as we sit. Interlace the fingers, turn your palms up. Good, and then exhale, turn to your right, bring your hands to the side of the leg, look up. Keep this foot flexed and toes up towards the ceiling, so don't let it roll in or out. Good, now from here, we're gonna inhale, bring the navel in, and exhale, start to just bend and fold over the right leg. If you'd like to bring your strap, you can also have the strap helping you. And fold, lengthen. If you would like to hold on to the foot, you can grab the foot and stretch the whole side of your back. Good, let's go ahead and look up and reach the arms all the way up. You can interlace if that feels okay on your back. Good, and then exhale, let's release the arms to the side. And then again, release the arms up, press the backs of the knees down, interlace. Exhale, turn to your left. And then exhale, separate your palms and fold. So first, just fold down minimally, kind of adjust. If you notice it's really, really hard to move, it's good to be sitting on a blanket, on a bolster or your blocks or a pillow.
something to give you a little bit of a lift. Okay, good. Again, to be mindful of that right leg, maybe walk your hands to the foot, or you're holding and using your belt or strap. Good, stretch the right side of the back, pull down. And then from there, everybody inhale, look up, and then maybe interlace, bring the arms up, and then exhale, separate your palms, exhale, fold down. Good, and now walk your hands forward. And then again, keep the feet steady. Don't let them turn in or out. Allow yourself to fold down. And then from there, press to the back of the legs. Let's go ahead and raise the arms up, come up, and then exhale, bring the hands all the way to the heart. Good, bring your legs together with the help of your hands and stretch them, bounce them out. Let's bend the right knee back, bring the sole of the right foot into the inside of the left thigh. Place your right hand against the right knee, and you're gonna turn and just turn and stretch over that extended leg. And we're gonna reach down, reach up, interlace maybe, and then exhale, fold, squeeze the belly, come to that foot, look up, and then exhale, let's fold. Bring the right side of the body down. Inhale, look up, release the hands all the way up again, and then exhale, release the hands down. Good, pick the right knee up, straighten the left leg, and let's go ahead and bring the left knee back. Bring the sole of the foot into the inside of the right thigh. And then again, turn your chest towards your right leg, sit up tall. Inhale, reach, interlace. Good, exhale, separate, and fold. Hold the foot or your strap. Good, and then let's extend and fold, relax your breath. And then inhale, everybody, let's come up. Interlace the fingers, bring the arms up, and exhale, release down. Good, bring the knee back up, extend the left leg forward, and then inhale, one more forward bend. We're gonna reach up, interlace, and exhale, fold down. From the side, my hips have become looser in order to help me fold. On the next breath, let's look up halfway, everybody. Interlace the fingers if possible and come up, and then release the arms down. Good. We're going to practice lying down on the blocks in 2 poses, and then we'll finish with 1 inversion, which is a restorative inversion. So let's set the blocks up. If you don't use blocks and you feel super flexible today, you can lie back without the blocks if your upper back feels, pretty open. So we're going to bring the feet back, come onto your hands and knees, and now take your feet about the width of the hip. Plug into the back of the legs, grab the quads to the side, and we're gonna sit down in between the heels. If you need support, like you need your block there, you can also use the block, and you can put a blanket or pillow for the head, okay? Because the first block is gonna be for your shoulder blades, this one. Otherwise, sit in between your heels. If this pose is extremely challenging, sitting up, you might want to just practice sitting up. You can also do the variation where you just sit on the heels in the Vajrasana, and you can place a pillow or a blanket underneath your hips as well. But let's come into Virasana, the hero's pose. And you'll notice this pose is very comfortable to sit up with the back straight. It may not be comfortable on the legs. This takes time to be able to feel comfortable in this, but this is a very good pose for your circulation, for your digestion. So from here, we're going to lean back. I'm going to push my fingers and my hands to the floor. I'm going to lift my hips up like I'm going to go to camel pose, but I'm going to just take my hips lower back forward and then place the hips down. Then I'm going to lean back, come onto my elbows, and bring my shoulder blades to the first block. Just a little bit. Good, then I'll lean back and I'm going to place my head either on a pillow, on a book, or on a block. And stretch from the hip bones all the way to the top of the knees, and from the bottom of the knees all the way down to the front of the ankles. I'm going to press to the floor. Now reach back, inhale. And we're going to hold the opposite elbows and keep extending and lengthening through the front body. If you are in any variation of this pose that is not a lying down version, please enjoy, and just you can do the arm movements with your trunk upright. Breathing nice and long. Keep the opening of the front body. Then inhale, let's reach the arms back again. Stretch your fingertips towards the back wall, and then exhale, crisscross your forearm with the opposite forearm on top and hold the elbows. The next breath, let's go ahead and lengthen one more time, reach back away, and then exhale, let's release the arms down to the side. Good, and then notice any sensations in the body, in your mood, in your mind, in your emotional landscape, and in your breath. So the senses, the breath, and the mind, and the body. Now from here, let's reach back. Let's place our hands underneath our head, pick our head up. Good, and then go ahead and make your neck strong, holding the head up. Bring the hands back to the feet and the elbows to the floor, and slowly begin to bring yourself up. And then you might want to move the blocks away for a second as you press off, and you can crisscross your ankles and then scoop your legs through. Good, and now just massage the knees and the legs, and letting all that blood now flow unobstructed, really opening up the channels. Bring your blocks back to the same position. We're going to lay back again. Set it up so that your shoulder blades are on the block and the head's on the block. If you have absolutely no props, you can use a blanket underneath the rolled blanket underneath your chest, or you could just lie down without the block. I like to use the blocks for my upper back. And most people have very tight upper backs due to, sitting a lot and working at computers and driving and sitting in chairs. From here, let's bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet together and take the knees to the side and come into Supta Baddha Konasana. If this pose is painful, then come into Sukhasana, the cross-legged of Shin pose. Okay, and if that's painful, then just keep your legs straight. All right, from here, let's go ahead and reach back. So now we're in the lying down version of the cobbler's pose or butterfly pose. And it's a slightly different stretch. So reach back, let's hold the elbows again. Lengthen out. Breathe into your armpits, breathe into your chest. All the mechanism of the breath, of the belly, the lower rib cage, the
upper rib cage and the upper chest are always floating and descending in our asana practice, in any yoga practice, any part of the yoga practice, is that full flush of the breath. And let's go ahead and inhale again. And exhale. On the next inhale, stretch your arms overhead again, maybe interlaced, that feels comfortable. Create that length in the trunk, the length in the vertebrae, all that space translates to the space in the mind. And then exhale, let's crisscross the forearms the other way, hold the opposite elbows. And again, keep lengthening your lower back. Allow the opening and the curvature and the coiling of the back to be more primarily in the upper chest and the upper back. Moving into that deep, restful breath. One more breath here. Okay, then from here, everybody inhale, reach back, and then exhale, slide your arms to the side. Bring your hands to the outsides of the knees and bring your knees together. And then take your feet as wide as the mat and just let your knees drop into each other, kind of like a modified variation of the pose we did earlier, just before this. Good, and just relax your inner thighs. And then inhale and exhale. Let's bring the hands behind the head now. And we're going to bring those feet a little closer together. Let's inhale, come up. And bring the body all the way up. So just come into a nice crisscross position and fold forward. Fold all the way down. Come into a forward bend in Sukhasana. Breathe into your back ribs. Exhale to your front ribs. Let's go ahead and look up and just walk our hands over towards the left. Stretch over the left thigh. And then wind yourself over to the right and stretch in the opposite direction. Super. And then come back to center. Float one more time downward. And then inhale, squeeze your belly. Then let's go ahead and come up seated. But our final pose is going to be what's called Viparita Karani. So we will need a wall space or a chair. So I'll show you first with the wall. If you have a bolster or a blanket, you can place that underneath at the very edge of the wall. And if you don't have anything, it's okay. You can just bring your hips all the way close to the wall. You can also use a couple of your blocks to make like a little kind of shelf. So we're going to sit close to the wall. So to do that, you've got to bring your left hip all the way in. And as you can see, I'm sitting right next to the wall, so I can lean my ear towards the wall. And then from there, I'm going to bring my right hand to the floor. My left hand is going to go back behind me here. And I'm going to start scooting forward and bringing my left hip up onto the wall. Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to bring my legs up. And my hips are going to be pretty close to the wall if it's possible. If not, and they're away from the wall, that's okay too. Just depending on the flexibility of the hamstrings. Good, and then from there, I'm going to lay down. And I'm going to readjust so that I'm comfortable with my hips against the wall or towards the wall. My arms are going to be in little cactus arms again, like we were doing in the Davy pose. And we're going to go ahead and just rest here. Good, and then now for here, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this in a chair. If you're in this position, please stay and enjoy the position. In the chair position, everybody has a chair. I'm going to assume, of course, never assume. Some people, maybe you're in a park or something, or you're at the beach practicing.
But if you're at the beach and there's a tree nearby, you can use the tree. But if you do have a chair, you can bring the calves up on the seat of the chair and you can rest like this. So this will be our Shavasana, either in Viparita Karani with the legs on the wall, or your feet on the chair. I'll pause, stay here, let your arms rest by the side. And let your breath come to a whole natural rhythm. Let everything become very relaxed and smooth out your breathing. Let your body become heavy. Notice your eyeballs dropping into the socket. Just allowing everything to just become still. Notice if you're holding any tension in your throat, in your jaw. Just allow your breath to breathe you, and you can, if you notice that you're disturbed or your mind is splitting all around, allow yourself to maybe just keep your attention on your belly floating up and floating down. Just surrendering to this little moment of repose. And once you've become still, a sort of sweet quietness settles in. Where the mind is free from different random emotional meanderings. And from the stillness and from the quietude or silence comes the spaciousness. So really allowing your mind and your body to feel spacious and open. Again, just riding the wave of your breath, just in kind of a relaxed, receptive state, letting your nervous system reset. Good. Now just 3 more long, solid resonance breathing, deep, full yogic breaths. Inhaling, expanding the belly, the rib cage, the upper chest and collarbones. And then hold your breath and then exhale all the way out. And when you come to the end of the breath, allow the navel to come in and hold your breath. Inhale again, try that again through the nose, expanding the front of the body and the back of the body all the way up to the throat. And hold the breath in the Kumbhaka.
And then exhale, let it go through the nose, maybe creating the ujjayi sound. Last one, inhale, filling to your maximum capacity, feeling the expansion and fullness of the breath, bringing in that full illumination, holding your breath, and exhale through the nose, again, bringing that belly in, hold the bottom, and then sweep in one normal breath, and then side out. You're going to begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes. And if you're on the wall and your legs are still up, just go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your knees into your chest. If you're on the chair, do the same. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then everybody go ahead and now roll to your left side. Pause for a second. You can rest on the left arm, left ear on the left arm. Good. Have one full round of breath. You may sigh, you may yawn. Let that happen. And then when you complete the exhale, use the right hand to press yourself up to seated. Okay, let's go ahead and come into a nice cross-legged position. Any position is comfortable. And let's go ahead and join the palms together. Bring the hands to the heart center. And let's finish with one Om. Inhale. Om. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be peaceful, and may peace reside with us forever. Okay, just bow your forehead in, have a nice long breath, and then exhale, release the hands down, and go ahead and softly open the eyes. And that concludes our asana practice for today. I'll see you in the next practice where we do a full seated practice of pranayama.